The biggest thing that most people have is they get so opinionated that they can't take in. And the worst problem is that they're attached to opinions that are wrong and they don't want to have them stress tested. You think it should go this way, and then you say to yourself, how do I know I'm right? Maybe that's wrong. Is that as good as I can be? And then the capacity to hear and then challenge. So somebody comes up to you with an idea and says, okay, let's do this. What do you think about that? To harvest the best around you, but sorting it with your own mind. So I say to be open-minded and assertive at the same time. Don't give up your assertiveness, but to be curious, like, am I harvesting the best? So when you're radically open-minded, you can say, hey man, I really think it should go this way. And then at the same time say to the smartest people that you know, kick the shit out of it and try to say, okay, now let's see how the stress tests so that I can then go to the best, or how do I harvest? This is going to be very important for you to get your leverage, because you want to go to this new high level, right? And you want to do a lot of things. In order to do a lot of things, you're going to have to get the most leverage of other people. But you also want it to be great, just like you want it to be, because you've got a unique ability with your taste and everything to be able to make those choices so you know what's great and what's not great. So in order to go from that, you have to pick the people who can do that, who can deliver you what you could do, to find people who are as good or better than you, and then to get that leverage. The key is to try to find out what you're not good at. Write those things down that you're not good at, and then you get the people who are good at those things, and then you get the great leverage. So think, what are you not good at? And get that great leverage, and then get the simpatico even on the things you're good at. Success is a 5-step process. First, you have to know what you're going after, your goals. Then you encounter your problems. Number 2, you encounter your problems on the way to your goals. Then you have to diagnose those problems and get at the root causes of those problems. And that might be a weakness that you have or a weakness that somebody has, but you better get at the root cause. And then once you got the root cause, then you can design something. You write down on your to-do list, I got to do this thing. That's number 4, design. And then number 5, you got to do it. You just can't say, okay, now I'm going to do that thing and not push through to results. And if you could do that over and over, that's a formula for success. You only have to do those 5 things, you got the formula for success. But not everybody's good at all of those steps. So it's okay. You don't have to be good at everything. You just have to find the right people who are good where you're not good, and then you go through that. The first thing you need to do for each job is to have a spec sheet, the specifications for that job. Think about what are the most essential elements for each job, because each job requires a different kind of talent. What you do is you use the personality profile testing, background checks, and the resume. And I do a thing which we call a reverse 360. So to find out not just their resumes, but to find out everybody who knew them in the past. And then you go and do the checking. So you have to start with a spec sheet, not just the skills. There are 3 things that everybody brings you. Skills is what almost everybody hires for, and it's the least important of the 3 things. The most important things are values, abilities, and skills. So first, what are their values? Because if you're not values aligned, you're going to have a problem. Like, how are you going to be with each other? The second thing is then abilities. Like, some people like you are very creative thinker. Somebody may be very reliable. They're not creative. But each person has a natural ability and abilities that they've gone to develop. Those are the things that make you excel or worse, bad at things. And then you have skills. And skills is like, okay, you can play the piano, or you can sing, or you could do that. That's learned. But if you start to look at, okay, what are the person's values? Where's that coming from? Because at that deep level, you have to have that simpatico. You're on a mission together. It's not just a job. Yeah. And then their abilities. So you got to get the spec sheet right. Once you know the language and you've got it down, then they come and they meet you. You do those kind of right tests. And then view when you're starting with them that the tests don't end. You're testing them every single day, and it's how you do that. And even being able to rely on others to even make those selections for you, because I've done this a lot. I will look at those particular results and I can say, okay, that's that type of person. And is that type of person a good click with the job? Because you're talking about excellence. You're talking about keeping the bar high. Let's talk about how you keep the bar high with that determination, and then simultaneously deal with people who may not have that bar high, because some people don't want to jump as high. Some people don't want to. absolutely you're not going to compromise the excellence. You shouldn't.
Yes.
And so at the same time, like, how do you get the path? Just find somebody who's really great at delivering that and make them a good partner. So somebody there who says, I'm making it my job to deliver those types of people to you.
Yeah.
Because you're not going to do this yourself all, and you may not even be the best person to know how to do it, because you've got to get organized in the tests and you got to administer and whatever it is. And once you're doing it, it is a kick. Like you say, you're stretching up to that level. If you don't have great talent around you, it's not a kick. It's a pain. It's miserable, because then, you're just slogging along. The kick, the fun, it is a blast to be around great people. So I'm saying it's a kick. Like if somebody's, my dad was a jazz musician, so I think of jazz, and I think of like, wow, great jazz musicians. I listen to great jazz, and I listen to that and I say, wow. Or a great basketball team or any other group of people to play that basketball. You use that as an example. To play that around is a kick, and it drags you down if you can't do that. In order to do that well, whatever you want in your life, you have to ask, who is going to be capable of giving it to me? It's an assignment to somebody who is going to be talented and knows how to produce and deliver talent. Think of it just if you're running a team. Doesn't mean you're going to run around and do all that talent finding and talent sorting or whatever. You're going to be the captain of the team, and then somebody out there is going to say, I know how to scout, I know how to test, I know how to do it. You tell me who's playing good basketball with you. Let me put this one on the court. How do you find him? Okay, no, you don't like that. Let me recalibrate, because it's my mission. The guy next to you who's your talent guy, it's my mission to deliver those stars. Once you start to realize that you don't have to do everything yourself, whatever impediments you have, you can get the best talent in the world to do that with you, and it doesn't take any real time. It doesn't cost you hardly anything relative to the cost of wasting your time trying to not get those right people on there. And then you go and you refine the process. But don't let yourself be the guy who's now going to undertake this mission and undertake that mission and undertake that mission, okay?
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
All right. If you enjoyed this content, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell to be notified of future videos just like this one. To continue learning about investing, watch this video right here.